Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm really happy that you're here with me. My name's Jolie, and today's date reading is January 7th. So, without further ado, let's see what we have. I have other readings on this channel. They're all in the description below. Many, many books, all so far recovery based. And you're welcome to look up the other readings too, because maybe you want a little bit more, maybe more structure. This one is more of an open reading. Um, the books that I'm going to read I'm going to read from the 12-step prayer book, which is going to be the January 7th book. And I have a couple other books that I may read from, so I'm just going to see where the readings take us. All right. So come on with me and let's see what we have. All right, so let's see. January 7th, they have like a little code in the front. So January 7th's reading is page 54, number 77. So let's see. 54, 77. So I am happy to be here. Little bit. All right, I got it. All right, you ready? Page 54, and then it trails over to 55. The prayer is called Things to Give. Today I pray I may give to my enemy, to my opponent, to my customer, to my friend, to all my people, to my family, to every child, to myself, these things. Things to give. Today I pray I may give to my enemy forgiveness, to my opponent tolerance, to my customer service, to a friend kindness, to all people charity, to my family my heart, to every child a good example, and to myself respect. And these things to give, I pray to you and higher power, love with all my heart, with all my soul, with all my mind. Things to give. And that's a beautiful prayer. So, this is like a collective of favorite 12-step prayers and inspirational readings. And it's written and compiled by, I'm not sure. They seem anonymous, Bill P. and Lisa D. So I'm not sure if it's a Hazelton published book. So that's that. And I pulled up Discovering Choices today, so I feel like I want to open the book to a reading here. Let me see how long this one is. What's today? The 7th? The 7th? So maybe I'll look at chapter 7. Creating balance within ourselves. Chapter 7. All right, creating balance within ourselves, reading. Those of us who have lived with the effects of addiction can become obsessed with the behavior of others. We spend time analyzing behavior, figuring out motives, and identifying what we deem is wrong with the people in our lives. In Al-anon, 12-step program, we learn that the excessive scrutiny of others can be counterproductive. From the first meeting, we are reminded to keep the focus on ourselves and not on the addicts in our life. We soon discover that we can't build healthy relationships until we know who we are. Steps 4 and 10. The inventory steps are the Al-anon tools that help us to know who we are. With step 4, we make a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. With step 10, we continue to take inventory on a regular basis, promptly admitting when we were wrong. These steps help us look within ourselves to see what we have done that we can feel good about, as well as things that we regret. We become willing to create a balanced picture of ourselves. Many of us discover when taking our inventory that we possess the same character defects we have recognized and resented in others. These flaws may not be exactly what we observed in others, but if we put aside excuses and justifications, we may find that the qualities we dislike in others are part of our character makeup too. In time, we no longer see those we resented, despised, or gossiped about as any less worthy of respect than we are. We are better able to see them as equals because we are now aware of our common good. Step 4 and 10 are very important to our efforts to improve the quality of our relationship with others. If we are confused about who we are, we can understand. How can we understand, right? How can we understand if we're confused about who we are, what we want in a relationship? An unbalanced self-image could create problems in how we behave. If changing ourselves is crucial to enjoying our relationships, how else could we know what we can change without a thoughtful inventory of our strengths and weaknesses? The inventory steps bring us gently back into balance with ourselves and eventually in our relationships as well. The effects of alcoholism and addiction may have twisted our beliefs, twisted our attitudes, and twisted our thinking and feelings. A searching inventory of ourselves helps us recognize distortions in our self-image and shows us how to reshape what we no longer are served by. As our self-awareness changes, we may find an increase in self-esteem, a diminished sense of guilt, and a greater peace in our lives. Whether or not others continue the same behavior as before, our reactions change and the outcomes are different. We make new choices when we let go of the warped ideas that have colored our perceptions, and gradually we replace old patterns with new ideas, and we begin to change. As a result, so do our relationships because of the change we've made within ourselves. As our inventory progresses, we become ready to ask ourselves tougher questions about finances, parenting, sex, love, and intimacy, for example. Honestly answering these questions can be a monumental step. Being apprehensive at the beginning of the process is natural, but proceeding at our own pace can prove to be highly rewarding. Many Al-anon members have worked with the sponsor on the steps. A sponsor can offer a deeper level of support, encouragement, and guidance that can be found at a meeting. The gentle but equally honest feedback of our sponsor can help us see what lies behind our anxiety and reactions. A sponsor can encourage us to break old patterns and help us admit to new truths. Each of us is in change of each of us is in change of our own recovery, not our sponsor. We have autonomy. We just have help, which is wonderful. Someone who's gone through it before. A sponsor should be someone whom we chose because we believe we can work together comfortably and productively. A sponsor does not tell us what to do, but merely offers suggestions. It is up to us to put them into practice or not. As always in Al-anon, we can take what we like and leave the rest. It's not appropriate for a sponsor to direct us in our personal affairs, and it's not appropriate for someone else to select a sponsor for us. We learn from our sponsors gentle guidance that Intimidation, control, and humiliation are not part of a healthy relationship. They're part of a healthy relationship, but not a healthy one. Yeah, so working with our sponsor on our inventory is a chance to design a relationship built on honesty and trust. For many of us, it is a first attempt that becomes a blueprint for the other relationships in our lives. Just as we need to find balance in other relationships, we need a balanced relationship with a sponsor. Interesting that I'm thinking about my sponsors. I've had 3, and I was just thinking in my head, like, why did I pick the one? It was confusing to be able to pick a sponsor in the beginning. I was so desperate. I was like, I need somebody to help me, like somebody to be there. I felt like I needed the most powerful one in the room. So I picked the most powerful ones that I saw. In the other program, because I'm sober as well, I picked the most powerful feeling one, like the most intimidating ones, or the most popular ones. So it was like, and neither one worked for me. I did work the steps through. Mostly, I didn't get past 7. Um, just admittedly that. Because I moved and I was just like feeling like there was a no part of me with both of my sponsors in the other program. Now, in Al-anon, I haven't really worked my steps through. Um, so it's just for me, like showing up and reading has been helpful to me, and to be continued. That really helped me. After 5 years of being sober and also in Al-anon working the program, I feel like I I'm in a new place where I can say, okay, so if I have someone that I feel like we can work together without wishing we can work together, or having an excessive sense of ego, thinking that I need the toughest one. So I could be with the tough girls, or I can be with the most popular one, like the Glendas, you know, because neither one fits me today. And so, how about you guys? How's your sponsor journey gone, if you have one? And yeah, I think I'm going to make some journal pages on that. I'm going to journal about that because it's just like, okay, I can do this. I'm wondering why I was like in this, I have an unconscious bias, I think, that I have to uncover. Like I'm projecting, or I'm trying to take something from them in some shape or form. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So that's where, like, I'm going to just dust that off, excavate it, dive in a little bit. I've been having like a really good time the last couple days. Today, I didn't have much chance to do any writing on the astrology calendar. So I want to just put that out there. Consciousseed.com, actually, Conscious Seed Apotheca, Conscious Seed Apotheca has many herbal remedies that I use, that I love, and so I'm cooperating with the owner and astrologer. She's also an astrologer and an herbalist, and I was invited to participate in writing with her in her guidance the calendar for this year, for the 2025 calendar. So if you're so called to, I know that there is, I don't have a way, I don't have a link. Maybe I could figure out how to put a link on in the description, and so you can take a look at that. So that's what I've been working on. I was like, I wanted to work on some writing and study more with my astrology, and there it is. And it's really emphasized the self-discovery for not only myself, but then I can share that in addition here. So I'll go ahead and end with the serenity prayer. But before, let me see if this is another, maybe open up and read from this poem book, Planting Gardens in Graves. This has been my guilty pleasure lately. So, Not for Them, page 64. Your soul is golden, but they prefer copper, and that's okay. You're not for everyone. What does that go to? Not everyone's going to like you, and that's okay. Your soul is golden, but they prefer copper, but that's okay. You're not for everyone, and neither are they for you, right? So, not rejection, the next page, 65. Maybe it wasn't rejection. Maybe they couldn't keep you. Maybe they walked away. Maybe they walked away so that someone better could walk in. Today was a wonderful self-discovery day. I had a meeting with some of the members of the association I live with here, where I'm living, and found out that there's a new art gallery that is a co-op that's local, that's brand new. And I was like, I wouldn't have discovered it if we didn't have a conversation, like a mingling network. And because I normally keep pretty to myself unless I'm called into action. And so, yeah, to be continued with the artwork as well. All right, so I'd love to hear how you guys are doing, what's happening with you. It was pretty freaking snowy and snowy today. Yes. How about for you? We didn't get as much as more southern Midwest, but it was plenty. As you can see, I'm bundled up. I have 1, 2, 3 layers on, and I'm quite cozy. And I don't mind it. I'm not a fan of driving, but I'm sure I'm not alone with that. Anyhow, I love you, and I will see you, God willing, tomorrow with another reading. I will put in the description, probably starting now, where you'll see the 12-step things, the readings. So, because we've mentioned it a little bit with discovering choices. So maybe you want to dip your toe in or listen to the readings. There's a podcast as well with the 12 steps reading. Okay. I love you. And like, subscribe if you haven't already. Please join. Hugs to all of you. I love you, my artists and friends. Bye.